Hi, my name's Cara Andershock. I'm class of 2012 of the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. Julie Fernandez and I are interviewing graduates of Barbara Brennan School of Healing who are also members of the association. Our purpose is to find out how Brennan healing science is being utilized in the world today on a broader level. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Kim Lohan. She's from the class of 2012. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
Great. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions. The first is, what brought you to Barbara Brennan School of Healing?
I came to the Brennan School after taking a chakra workshop by a graduate, and I had never even heard of the school before. And I took a chakra workshop and she told me about the school and I felt compelled to come. I went home that day and looked it up, and the following fall enrolled.
Great. Yeah, it's interesting how people find the school, right? Mm-hmm. So many people say, oh, a book fell off the shelf, or somebody gave me this book and it's been in my house for 10 years and finally took a look at it and read it. So please share with us how you're utilizing the skills, techniques in your life and in your practice.
Sure. So while I was attending the Brennan School, I became pregnant and had 2 kids. After my first child, I took a year off from the school, and then I came back, and when I graduated, I was pregnant with my second child. So a lot of my work has been specifically working in the healing field with children and families. And I have a practice where I see clients either in person or distance. And I also do what's called like intuitive impressions, which is similar to like tuning into somebody's field prior to the session and giving them a reading about it.
Great. And where are you located?
I am located just outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. So I have 2 practice spaces. In Charlottesville, I share with a massage therapist. Okay. And then in Crozet, Virginia, I have my own healing studio.
Wonderful. Yeah, so could you tell us a little bit more about how you utilize the skills just in your family and with your children?
Sure. So for me, I've done a lot with energetically tracking my children often starts with energetically tracking myself. So I'm like being conscious of, if I'm having certain chakras open, or if I'm feeling like snippy, or I'm noticing like my tone change, how that impacts then their energetic field. So I've done like the color breathing practices with my kids and in like children's mindfulness workshops. We call it breathing up the rainbow, and kids can really get into that because they can, call out the different colors and, breathing in red like a strawberry. So oftentimes it's, bringing in those experiential pieces that we learned in the Brennan School that I also practice with my kids.
Great. So you said that you run some workshops. Could you share what those might look like?
Sure. So some of the workshops that I've offered before are children's mindfulness classes. Those I've offered through like yoga studios, and we worked on, breathing up the rainbow. We worked on, building up our energy field, and then, bringing it up and out, and then what does it feel like to pull it back in. I've also done workshops for deepening, like dialing up your intuition, like how do you, go into a meditative state and, really ground yourself so that you can feel confident in the intuition that you're receiving. I've also done some workshops on like clearing your home space. So clearing the energy of your house. And then some women's workshops as well as like I did a chakra series where I paired up with a yoga instructor, and every week for 7 weeks we did, I would do a talk about what the chakra governs and how to open it and stuff like that. And she would lead the class in yoga poses.
Oh, wonderful. Sounds like a great collaboration.
Mm-hmm. And most recently, I've been working with a magazine, which is a social justice magazine for parents. And we have put on a retreat for mothers, where we also, we're talking about like how to, find your inner activist. And then I will bring in the piece about self-care and how to, energetically not get burned out in that field. And then we did some pop-up camps for kids where I assisted with that.
Great, great. Do you have any upcoming workshops you'd like to share, or anything that's going on that people could be aware of?
Sure. Well, starting in September, I'm going to be offering like a once a month community type small meditation and self-care workshop. And then in May of next year, we will have another social justice parenting retreat.
Great. So can people contact you or find out a little bit more about the things that you're working on?
My business is called Cara Studio, and the website for it is www.harastudio.com.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to share about what's going on for you, or how you're approaching the world? Anything that we should know about that maybe we haven't discussed yet?
Well, I guess one thing for me was when I first graduated from Brennan, one of the things that I really thought was like, I'm going to work with mothers, like that's my target. And what I realized was that oftentimes new mothers are like very tired and burnt out and can't make it to appointments. So I guess it's just more so like watching how your business can unfold, or being open to how it might morph, instead of being like really rigid about how you might bring your practice out in the world.
I love that, Kim. Thank you for that, because I know just in my own practice, things have changed and shifted of who your target audience would be and how you approach it, and blending other modalities in with the Brennan healing science I have found really beneficial as well.
Oh, and one more thing, it's just that collaboration has really worked well for me, like blending it with yoga studios, or blending it with like this friend that I'm doing the social justice stuff with. It's just been great to have another person to lean on and get their perspective. And so
Great. So as you can see, there are a lot of different ways to bring Brennan healing science out into the world. And I am just delighted that we were able to talk with Kim today. So if you're interested in being interviewed and you're a member of the Brennan Healing Science Association, please reach out to me at cara@journeystothesacred.com. Great. So thank you so much, Kim.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Have a great day.